Evolution. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You know, when Novix came out, I was one of the people that probably bugged them the most. You know, make something smaller. You know, get that stand a little bit lighter. They always said perfection takes time. Well, I present to you the Novix HELO. Alright guys, here it is. The Novix HELO, the newest addition to the Lone Wolf Novix family. You know, I wanted to start this video off showing you guys, you know, these three stands. So this is the Echo, Lone Wolf Assault 2, and now the all new for 2021, the HELO, just to kind of see the size comparisons. So if you look at this stands, the post, the seat, the offset bracket, the leveling capability, it's all the same on each stand. It's really the platforms that are different. So you can see with the Echo here, big platform, you know, it's really going to offer you the most size if you're unsure about mobile hunting and you really want a bigger platform, makes you feel safer. That's a really good option. You know, bare weight on that stand is 11.2. We got the legendary Lone Wolf Assault 2, pretty much the stand that everybody cut their teeth on when they started mobile hunting. You know, this stand is 10.4 pounds bare, and once you start adding your accessories on there, it gets a little heavier, but most guys start here. This has kind of always been the creme de la creme of, you know, affordable, really good option. You know, it's not the lightest stand in the world, but it's cheaper, and you know, it's a good place to start. It's a really safe stand. Well, now we got the Novix HELO, and you know, it's funny, this stand came out and a lot of guys were kind of like, oh, it's just an Assault 3, they were calling it, and they're like, it's no different, you know, you're only saving a pound. A lot of guys wanted to save, you know, get into that 8-pound, you know, range. They wanted to, you know, 8.5 or something like that, and I agree, it would have been nice to see it get in the 8-pound range. Its bare weight is 9.2, but I mean, look at the slenderness of it compared to these two stands. And you know, weight's important in mobile hunting, but I really think that ease of use and packability is important. And when you're climbing up these trees, and I like to get in a lot of trees that have limbs, and you got this thing on your back, you know, look how wide that is. Look what they've done. They've slimmed it down by 3.5 inches. And I think that's one of the qualities of this stand that people are overlooking. They're just so focused on the weight. And really, you know, look how compact this stand is. Now you can see also the platform is redesigned. So the Lone Wolf Assault 2 is much wider here, and this is much slimmer. So that's probably how they cut out some of the weight. It's got the same exact seat. One con, I guess, that I would say is it would be nice to see a little bit smaller of a seat maybe. Now this is a pretty comfortable seat. It's got a nice size for your bottom, but it would be nice to see if they could do something to make the seat a little smaller, and if they did that, they'd get into that 8-pound range, I believe. But you know, I just wanted to show you guys the difference here in the platforms for the start of video, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that stand because I don't really think it applies too much, and then we're going to do a little table talk, and then we're going to head over to the tree, and I'm just going to get it on the tree and show you guys what I think of it. Alright, so we took down the Echo, and you know, I'm going to leave this stand up for a little while just to kind of see that comparison. So roughly this stand is just a hair shorter. It looks like this tooth is just a little bit longer, but they're still 26 inches long, and this has got a 16-inch width, and this has got a 19.5-inch width. So they took 3.5 inches off the width here, and you can see right here as they kind of changed the design a little bit, where this one's more flat across, this one's kind of more, it's got a contoured curve right here, which is kind of cool. So But if you look at, you can see the posts from your view, and you can see the posts, nothing's changed. The leveling's the same, the seat's the same, the offset bracket is the same. It's basically just a newer platform. So you can see to the design where this is wider here, this is slimmer. Some guys might like that, some might not. You know, some guys might like that extra room back here. Me personally, I don't think it matters. I've stood on both of these stands. Obviously, I've put over 50 hunts in this stand before. Haven't hunted on this one yet, but I stood in it. I put it on the tree many times. You know, this is not really an unboxing review. I've had this stand now for at least 2.5 weeks. I put it in 5 trees. I put it in angled trees. It does everything that this stand has done for me ever since I've had it. It's basically pretty much the same stand, just a smaller, a little bit lighter package. So I mentioned that it comes in at 9.2 bare. Hunt weight, you know, if you're gonna put on, you know, I run 1 cam strap, I'm gonna put a seat on it, and then I use the Molly 2 backpacks, you're at 11.3. If I do that same package here, you know, Molly, backpack, straps, 1 strap, and a seat, I'm at 12.5. So yes, we're saving 1 pound. The cool thing that I think is that you're saving a pound, but this is a $270 tree stand, and this is a $240 tree stand. So it's 240 bucks. You're saving a pound. It's a little bit smaller, and I don't know if it's still available, but I got this tree stand shipped to my house for $204, no shipping. And I used the Midwest Whitetails code, so I think it was 15% off. And I'll look that code up and I'll put it down below. I don't know if it'll still work when this video comes out. So I got this stand delivered to my house for 204 bucks. I mean, I don't think there's any stand that beats it other than the XOP Evolution. I'm not an XOP fan. I've saw how many XOP stands have broke in the past. It sounds like they're doing better and they have a little better quality control, but I'd rather stick with made in the USA. You know, this stand is made, assembled right here in, you know, the good old United States. It makes me feel good, and it's really not that much more money to buy, you know, a made in America product. So, you know, you're getting that Lone Wolf quality that everybody's loved for years. You know, how long has Lone Wolf been making these tree stands? Over 20 years. Same owners, Novix. We've talked about this before, but I mean, yeah, that, you know, the difference in the platforms really is the main point here. Now, it does look a little different up top too. So they've redesigned the tree bracket, as I call it. It has a, you know, it's basically the same size, but the teeth are bigger, and I'll try to show you a view of that, and then we'll get a view from the top looking down. I never could figure out what this is for. And the Echo, I believe the Echo has one too. Yeah, it's got a slot there too. I don't know if this is where they hang it when they, for the mold. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if it's for an accessory down the road or if that's something to do with the molding process. But this is cast aluminum, so these are not, you know, the new high-end, you know, sheet cut aluminum stands that are, you know, water jet cut or milled out of a solid sheet. This is cast aluminum, very, very durable. Guys have been running these for years, especially this stand for 20 plus years, no issues. And it's, you know, it's a quality that you can, you know, trust. And I tell you what, I always said that I would never sell my Lone Wolf Assault 2, and I probably still won't, because I got 3 boys, so I'll probably just hand it down to one of my boys. But if it was me and I was new to mobile hunting and I didn't want to buy one of these high-end stands that, you know, you can get one for $350, $500, or you could spend $625 and get these, you know, sheet aluminum stands. If I didn't want to spend that much, 100% this is where I'd be. You know, for 240 bucks, shipped to your door. I mean, I think it's hard to beat. You pair it with some trophy line / Novix double step sticks, and you got a great setup for, you know, a little over 500 bucks. You know, that's kind of like that entry level, you know, package. You know, you can, maybe if you fall in love with mobile hunting, you can go and upgrade to one of the super expensive stands. Or if you're a frugal guy and you don't want to spend that kind of money, this will 100% get the job done for you. So, you know, it's got some really great features on it. We'll go over real quick, just in case you're new to mobile hunting. So obviously we got the seat, fully adjustable right here like it's always been. The offset bracket, which everybody loves, probably the greatest design bracket ever. You got the tree stand leveling capability. You just loosen this up and you can move this up and down. So if you have an angled tree, you can angle it down. You know, if your tree's angled, you can angle and get your platform level, and then you just adjust your seat however you need be. We got 2 Versa buttons like we always have. I don't run the bottom one, I never have. I always just run the top button. You know, that's a personal choice. The manufacturer recommends you use both, so technically you probably should use both. You know, I thought that the cable positioning might be a problem, but so far on the stand I haven't had an issue at all. My boots fit fine. I have size 12 feet. I can maneuver around here just fine. And the cool thing about this smaller platform is it's stout. Now I weigh 265 pounds today. I've got to get on the diet for deer season, but I tell you what, I feel a little bit of movement in this aluminum, but I'm a heavier guy. If you're around 200 or $180, I don't think you'd feel any movement in this stand. It is absolutely solid built. I want to put a caliper on it because I think it's a little bit thicker, maybe. It feels thicker than the other stand, especially against the Echo there. But they put a cool little made in the USA stamp. And then I was saying about these teeth. These teeth right here, they're a little bit wider. And I don't know if that's by design, just to dig in the tree better. But I tell you what, it is a really nice setup. I think that they're going to sell an absolute ton of these stands. You know, obviously I would have loved to see a little bit lighter of a stand, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it's, you know, possible. Maybe we've reached the limits of what the aluminum cast materials are good for. I'm not sure how they could make it any lighter. Like I said, if they made this seat smaller, they could probably take a half a pound on it, so we'd be at that like 8.7 range. And I think if they just got it into the 8-pound range, everybody would, you know, stop losing their minds over the weight. But I tell you what, I think that this is a really good option. I really like this stand a lot, and I definitely gonna hunt out of this. So it'll be cool if you follow along with my channel. You know, I try to, in each of my hunting videos, I'll try to kind of pan into whatever stand I'm hunting with for that particular hunt. Last year I hunted out of the Echo, I hunted out of the Assault, I hunted out of my other stands. So, you know, I like to kind of showcase that when I'm out hunting, and just show you guys that, you know, this isn't just a gear review channel. You know, I actually use this stuff when I'm out in the woods. So, all right, so we pretty much went over the specs, you know, what to expect with the stand once you get it. You know, once you receive it in the box, all you have to do is install the offset bracket. It's 1 bolt, and you got a nut on this side, and it's literally a 7/16 socket. You just tighten it up, and then you have to put your seat on. So they give you the Lone Wolf seat. You know, it's just got Velcro straps. You just Velcro it on. It's kind of funny too. I never noticed that it's got a little smile on its face. I never noticed that. Actually, kind of scared me when I saw it in my barn. But let's head over to the tree and put it on the tree, and I'll show you guys how to cam lock this stand, and I'll show you guys how to tow hook it, which is what I like to do. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and hang this kind of low so you guys can see better. Go around the tree, get on that top Versa button. You want to make sure that you are above the stand leveling knobs. So right here, you want to make sure that you're above that. There was one time I was hanging my stand and I was under it, and I almost stepped on it on the platform, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I gotta fix that. So very important. So then what I do is I lift it up, and then I get it level. So you want it level right through here. Obviously, if you're in a hunting situation, you'll be on your climbing stick with a lineman's rope. So get it nice and tight, and then from here, go ahead and push it down. And what I like to do, like if I'm on my climbing stick, is I'll take and I'll lean over, and I have my lineman's belt on, so I'm hand-free, and I kind of like pre-cam it. So it's already kind of bit into the tree. I get on the platform, and that's when I go ahead and do my tow hook. So when you tow hook it, it uses that platform as a lever and it pushes that offset bracket into the tree. Now this thing is solid as a rock. You have to remember, I weigh 260 pounds, so when you see this platform flex, it's because I'm a heavier guy. If you're a $180, you know, 200 pounds, you probably won't see much of flex at all. Let me go ahead and adjust the camera. All right, so you can see my position now, how I'm sitting. I'm 5'11", I'm sitting very comfortably. I have the tips of my boots are off the platform in a seated position. I've hunted out of tree stands for so long, back since like 1998, 99. It doesn't bother me at all. I could see where maybe it would bother you if you were newer to tree stand hunting, but obviously you're gonna have a harness on. I mean, you're not going anywhere unless you do something stupid, or if something did fail in here, which I don't think would ever happen. You know, I don't think you're going anywhere. But you know, if you get up, stand up, move the seat out of the way. Right now I have tons of room, so I got size 12 boots. I have no problem spinning around here. You know, the cables have a good angle, so I can, you know, I do a lot of leaning in the tree. This is probably how I stand most of the time. I'll have my camera arm right in front of me for something to hold on to, like if a gust of wind comes, you know, you just reach out and grab my camera arm or something. But this is usually how I'm standing in my tree. Plenty of room. Even with muck boots, I don't see any problem here. I can spin around. You know, like I said, I'm 260 pounds, so there is a little bit of movement, but that's a lot of girth jumping on this stand right now. Got another plane flying over. It's comfortable. I could see myself all day sitting in this tree stand with no problem. Feels really good. A little bit of flex at the edge, but you know, I'm 260 pounds, so what do you think's gonna happen? You know, we talked about that Lone Wolf Assault 2 was wider back here. Is that an issue? I really don't think it is, because you know, if you hang off a little bit like I am, I don't think it's really a problem. It doesn't bother me. All right, so there you guys have it, the Novix Echo review. I think it's a really quality stand. If I was in the market for a new mobile hunting stand, you know, and I wanted something entry level, this is 100% what I would buy without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think the Assault having the extra room and 1 pound more really makes it that much worth it. I would go with the Novix. I think you're getting great quality. You know, that slimmer profile would be really good for walking in, climbing up the tree with it on your back, less, you know, risk of it getting hung up. Definitely a stand that I will hunt out of next year. So, you know, I bought that Hush. There's some things that didn't work out with that stand, so I'm actually going to sell that stand, and that's kind of the money, you know, I'm going to use to pay for this and my little stand account. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I'm going to make a follow-up video on that. I'm going to make several videos on this stand, because I definitely think that this is going to be a big ticket item for a lot of hunters. You know, a lot of guys are really going to get after it, trying to buy this thing. So I want to make some videos on, you know, how to put the sticks on, you know, different things like that. So if you like videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, helps me grow my channel, helps me, you know, pay for, you know, some of the stuff that I'm buying to do these reviews. So I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.